ever spent time with someone and felt completely exhausted afterward? Not physically tired, not sleepy, but emotionally drained, as if all your energy had quietly disappeared. Perhaps the conversation seemed normal. Nothing dramatic happened. No argument. No conflict. And yet, when it ended, you felt heavier than before. Meanwhile, there are other people who have the opposite effect. After spending time with them, you feel lighter, more motivated, more peaceful, more alive. Why does this happen? Why do some people seem to give us energy while others seem to take it away? The answer begins with a simple but powerful truth. Human beings are deeply emotional creatures. Every interaction we have affects us in ways we often fail to notice. Long before language evolved, our ancestors relied on emotional signals to understand the people around them. Facial expressions, body language, tone of voice, subtle changes in behavior. The human brain became highly sensitive to social information because survival depended on it. Being accepted by a group increased safety. Being rejected could threaten survival. As a result, the brain developed extraordinary abilities to monitor emotional environments. Even today, much of this process happens automatically, without conscious awareness. Your mind is constantly scanning the people around you, asking silent questions. Can this person be trusted? Are they safe? Are they supportive? Are they a threat? Most of the time, you never notice these evaluations occurring, yet they influence how you feel. This is why emotional energy is real, not in a mystical sense, but in a psychological one. Every interaction requires mental and emotional resources. Listening requires attention. Empathy requires effort. Managing conflict requires energy. Supporting others requires emotional investment. The question is not whether interactions consume energy. The question is how much. Some people create emotional balance. Others create emotional overload. Imagine carrying a backpack. Each conversation adds a small amount of weight. Most interactions add very little. But certain people seem to add stones every time you see them. Complaints, negativity, drama, criticism, conflict, victimhood. Over time, the backpack becomes heavier and heavier, and eventually, exhaustion appears. Psychologists sometimes refer to this phenomenon as emotional contagion, the tendency for emotions to spread between individuals. Human beings unconsciously absorb emotional cues from one another. If someone around you is constantly anxious, your own anxiety may increase. If someone is constantly angry, your stress levels may rise. If someone is calm and optimistic, you may begin feeling more relaxed. Emotions are surprisingly contagious. This is one reason environments matter so much. And it is one reason relationships have such a powerful impact on well-being. Research consistently shows that the people we spend time with influence our mood, habits, beliefs, and even our health. In many ways, relationships shape the emotional climate in which we live. Yet not all emotionally draining people are intentionally harmful. This is important to understand. Some individuals drain energy because they are carrying heavy burdens of their own. Stress, fear, insecurity, unresolved pain. They are not trying to exhaust others. They are simply overwhelmed themselves. Unfortunately, emotional overwhelm often spreads. A drowning person may unintentionally pull others underwater, not because they wish to cause harm, but because they desperately need support. This creates a difficult challenge. Compassion is important. Empathy is valuable. Helping others can be meaningful. But there is a difference between supporting someone and carrying their emotional world for them. Many caring people struggle to recognize this boundary. They become the listener, the fixer, the rescuer, the problem solver. Again and again. They absorb everyone else's emotions while neglecting their own needs. At first, this may feel rewarding. Being needed can create a sense of purpose. But eventually, emotional fatigue appears. Because no human being has unlimited emotional resources. Even the most compassionate person needs rest, needs support, needs balance. One of the greatest myths in human relationships is the belief that love requires self-sacrifice without limits. In reality, healthy relationships depend on mutual exchange. Both people give. Both people receive. Both people contribute to emotional well-being. When that balance disappears, exhaustion often follows. Imagine a garden. If one plant receives all the water while the others receive none, the entire garden suffers. Relationships operate similarly. Healthy connection requires nourishment on both sides. Without balance, emotional depletion becomes inevitable. And this is where many people begin noticing an uncomfortable pattern. The same types of relationships appearing repeatedly throughout their lives.